Patterson with Lander baseball coach Kermit Smith. Some knuckles right off the way. It's been too long since we've been together, but your Bearcats are 24-8 overall. You are 11-4 in the Peach Belt. You've been ranked as high as #2 in the country. You're ranked 9th right now. So I'm ready to have a parade, but I think you still have 15 Peach Belt games left, correct?
That is correct. That is correct. I think you can look at that from two different ways. The coach in me wants to bring up, hey, we've got 15 league games to go. I think the rankings, as far as they go, is we're worried about where we're ranked on June 2nd, which is, the last day of the season, College World Series. But anytime that you look at, a 15-game segment in this conference, as we've talked about many times, and you look back at it, and regardless of how you got there, and you're sitting at 11-4, you got to be able to look at that and say, wow, that's better than the alternative. So, even though we've got 15 league games left, we've got to look at the fact that, hey, we've taken care of business in the first 15. But to look at the next 15 and to say, hey, we're going to go 11-4 in those, I think probably is a little unrealistic. This is where we're really getting into crunch time. Teams are playing for their lives, their playoff lives, so to speak, and we're going to get a lot more intensity down the stretch. If you've been to any games, that's probably a little hard to believe, but we're going to get everybody's best shot now. And anytime you talk about being ranked in the top 10 in the country back-to-back weeks, I mean, it's pretty exciting. It's good to see. Kind of the steps this program's taken over the last 3 years. My first year here, we won 24 games, and we're sitting after 32 games right now. We've already won 24. So, when you look at it in perspective, you take your coach's glasses off for a second. That's exciting to be there, but to put those, coach's glasses back on, we've got 15 league games left. We've got 28 games left, period. And we've got some very good opponents. Our out-of-conference schedule, we've got North Greenville left, we've got Anderson left, and we've got Erskine left. And then, obviously the conference tournament. So we've got a very rigorous test down the stretch.
Well, two really neat things to point out. First, you've got the nicest facility in the Peach Belt Conference. Brand new Dolny Stadium. It's as good as it gets. Great crowds. I think you're in the top 5 attendance in Division II.
That's right.
For your home games, and then you got to go to Floor Field earlier this week to take on Anderson. Had over 1,100 at that game. Floor Field, home of the Greenville Drive, the Red Sox affiliates. How cool is that?
That's pretty awesome. You start to research some of the things on Floor Field before you go there. You find out in 2006 it was the ballpark of the year. That includes the big league parks. So when you think about Camden and you think about all those fields, to think that you're playing in, arguably one of the top 20 ballparks in the country, it's pretty awesome. It's a replica of Fenway Park. It's obviously a Red Sox affiliate, but we play in front of 1,100. That's the second time this year that we played in front of a crowd of more than 1,000. To be in the top 5 in Division II in attendance is awesome. That's I think that's one of the things that you look at when they were building this facility, is to get Greenwood more involved. Is to get them out to a beautiful facility, and part of that is winning too. They want to come out and see us win baseball games. So all of it's kind of like the perfect storm right now. So we're enjoying it. Well,
personally, you talk about Floor Field and the Green Monster. I like the Blue Monster better at Dolny Stadium, and I bet you do too.
I do. It's a comforting place to be. I was telling AJ yesterday at practice, I love being out there. It's been so hectic all the way to this point. Once we got out there, when are we going to get out there for practice? When are we going to play our first game? When are we going to do this? And it's finally, all that commotion has kind of settled down a little bit, and it's ours. We walk out there every day, and the little idiosyncrasies throughout the ballpark are starting to become home field advantages a little bit. Where the sun is, where it sets, where it comes up, and all that kind of stuff. We're able to go out there and call it home. And it's fun to learn the hops and all that, and walk out there and quit worrying about the newness of it and everything else, and just understanding that it's our place, and we get to walk out there every day and be prideful of it and play hard.
So Dolny Stadium is as good as it gets. Now, I can think of one way that it might get even better, and as the head coach of the Lander Bearcats, you're still recruiting for next year.
Absolutely.
So how many scholarships or how many players are you still trying to reel in to be Bearcats and wear that blue at Dolny Stadium?
Well, we've got 4 on the hook right now that we're real excited about. I think they're all, in that final phase of the recruiting process, where it's kind of down to getting them on campus, getting them to see Dolny Stadium, and getting a yes or no.
Well, I hope it's a yes. So make it a yes. Make it a yes to watch the Bearcats against Armstrong this weekend.
That's right.
At Dolny Field, and we'll see you. Another award-winning show, the Bearcat Sports Update. Coach Kermit Smith. I'm Ralph Patterson. We'll see you next time.